In the last video we managed to complete the hull of the Javelin and build the iconic bridge. Today I want to start with the first detailing in the middle of the ship and build the engines, so let's go. I started by finding out where the middle of this section was, and I knew that the cannon, the second cannon, is right in the middle of this section, so I counted the blocks and tried to find the middle. 11, 12, 13, 14, 11, 12, 13. We delete this and... oh, subgridding. No. 2, no wait, 4. Oh. After finding out where the middle was and doing some subgridding, I started with actually building the cannons. I also redid some of this armor plating in the front here and replaced it with smaller blocks and made the slope slightly less angled than before. Let me see if this is big enough. I mean, we could try to put a rough shaping of the guns. This is the roughest shape of the roughest I've ever done, I think. Oh, this isn't even in the middle. Okay, wait. I think that's fine. Let's go on with this side here. Next up, I built these beams to get an idea on how the sloping should be. I tried to make a slope without interruption, and I will see where we end up. And when we end up correctly, it should be somewhere around here somewhere. I think that's too steep, right? Okay, I think I know what I do. Unfortunately, this involves getting rid of everything again and putting a gap in between every single one. Also, guys, oh no, I made subgrids again. No, sorry, I don't do it on purpose, I swear. Comes out quite fine actually. After increasing the size of the turret tower, I started with deleting the big blocks which were there before and tried the new sloping with smaller blocks. Let's see where we end up. Oh, I think we end up quite fine actually. Yeah, that works. At the same time, I also want to recreate this small gap in the sloped armor. And I think that's better. Yeah. So let's delete. No, please. Let me see, have it? No, obviously not. Dude, it's so annoying, so annoying. Also, such a distance I have to cover, it's insane. This gap is quite significant, and that's okay. Yeah, I think we're getting there. I think that's good. On the top here maybe we have to do some changes, but I think that's something for later. After that, I copied the slope from before and placed it right next to the other one. Hello? Why can I... Hä? Am I dumb? Hello? Oh, I had to... Oh, yeah, okay. No, for sure, I have to notice. I have to look on this one. After that, I used the same slope, cut a little bit off, painted it in a new color and placed it in the middle of them both. Yeah. Next up was the second turret, and for that I had to find out how far they were apart, and after that I started building the second turret. We will have to make this deeper. Since all the turrets have the same distance to the edge of the ship but not the same height, I have to change the slope a little bit so they end up in the same position. Yeah. Okay, so a half block higher, but that's fine. And now it should be the same. That's good. Since the parts between the turrets are a little elevated, I used the slopes I already have, cut them out and elevated them a little bit. Maybe we put them already in a different color. I mean, these panels have to go more round, so they differ more. But other than that, I think it's good. I also copied the details from the first turret and added them on the second turret. And for this side. Yeah, maybe as I have a look at it, I think the outstanding part here need to outstand a little more. It's not outstanding enough. I also added these slopes so the panel looks more like the original. After all the hard work and the good progress we made, it's time to save the blueprint. After this small technical difficulty, I went on with copying this section and adding it to the other parts. Ooh, I like this. After that, I added more detail on the turrets. Yeah. I think that's okay. The guns need to be bigger. The smaller one is a little dumber than before, actually. We just copy this now. Boom. After placing the last two turrets, I adjusted them to the right height. Looks a little dumb, I think, but for the moment it works. After some last touches, it's time to go on with the engines. To do these small block versions of the engines, I first had to make a template with normal blocks in normal directions to get an idea on how big this was. Then comes the tricky part. Since the engines are angled and we don't have rotors and hinges in the game yet, I have to make the engines all angled too. That means I can't use the normal blocks I will normally use and then rotate them with hinges to get the right position. For normal straight surfaces I had to use the slopes, and for the slope surfaces I had to use even other blocks and mechanics to get them done. So this was pretty tricky. Okay, and that's quite good actually. Okay, and with that we have the slope. No. No, I knew it. After this fatal mistake, I needed some time for myself. I took a few months off, and after that I created the engines by myself without the stream because I couldn't do it anymore. But what comes next is the hardest thing I ever done. Actually, I just had some real life stuff to do, so that's why I didn't have the time. But okay. I recreated all the different slopes which were so painful to do, and obviously I had to copy them also on the other side, and sometimes these copies lasted literally 2 minutes. This and the point that I have to recreate every single slope by myself and every single part of it by myself, and I couldn't copy any of it, was the hardest thing in the world, and that's why sometimes it sounded like this. Oh Mann, warum dauert das so lang? Digga, ich könnte kotzen. Und dann muss ich das für die andere Seite auch noch machen. Mach doch nicht so viel draus. Es sind 20 Blöcke, ich schwöre. Oh mein Gott. Digga. Was ist das für eine Slow, Bro? After crashing out several times, I went on and built the front section of the ship, and it actually took me longer than expected, so I was really relieved when I finished it. Ja, oh, warte mal. Oh. Yeah, we have our engines, and it was more work than I have ever thought. But I have to do the back, but I think that's fun, because it's just straight, like here, and that's easy. And then also I have to do this, but that's fine. I do that, because I did this shitty ass slope here, and that slope, and that, and that, and that, and that. Dude, this was insanely painful. I have to do the other side too, but then we're there. Then it's coming together. Let's go. This looks actually quite good. I really like it. I think we are looking pretty good for now. I really like it, and I think for now it's fine like this. I mean, obviously this needs to get way more detailed, but we have to move on also with the rest of the build, and it took me so long to get these engines to look like how they look now, and I think it's fine like this. Nein! Nein!